Hello and welcome to the Dogon podcast. We are going to talk about being open and saying yes to things.
Yeah, having more of a agreeing attitude to what is presented to you.
Yes, because you can get yourself into some situations that you might not have thought otherwise.
Yeah,
you know?
and that can go good and bad.
Yeah, that can go horrible or it can go great.
Yeah, let's be real about that. This is something that I used to try to do more of because of a movie I saw called Yes Man.
Yes.
And I just thought it was such a funny movie and such a cool message. I don't know if I recommend the full strategy.
No, you can't say yes to everything, but
there's some people who will be like, yeah, you can. Like,
you can, but you're going to end up probably dead. But
yeah. There's a few times he probably, in real life probably would have not made it in the movie. But yeah, I've been trying to practice that more and more to say yes to, of course, I've said yes to positive things that affirm stuff that I'm trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to sacrifice your schedule of what you're trying to accomplish if you're presented with an opportunity to accomplish something else that's going to like take up that time.
Yeah.
And so it is a little difficult. You're like, well, what do I say yes to? And it's really about saying, what's yes, you're saying yes to what's presented to you in the moment.
Right.
And the power that can have sometimes. I told myself I was just going to go to church on Saturday, this last Saturday. I was like, I'm just going to go to church 8 a.m. I haven't gone in a long time. I'm going to go. And I guess I'm supposed to be there. I feel like I should go, so I'll go. And I end up going to a 2-day men's retreat.
Yeah.
For Saturday and all Sunday. I even stayed up through the night. And it was just like, when he first asked me, I was like, no, man, I don't want to do it. But I told myself that morning that I was going to say yes to positive things presented to me in life. So I said yes and it was awesome. I mean, it was really wild. They, just a bunch of different guys talking about what's happened in their life and how they've gotten past it or through it or they haven't, and it was kind of like almost like an AA meeting for non-alcoholic, I mean, some of them had issues with that kind of stuff, but that wasn't the main focus.
It was just like struggles that you're going through, not necessarily drug related.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was cool. They kind of told their life story of the ups and the downs and from old to young, different guys, and it was interesting to see, and some of them, it really made you reflect personally, like, oh, I guess I'm not starting off too far behind, or I guess I'm not in that bad of a spot. And I think that's one of the most powerful aspects of that witness that those gentlemen brought forward. So it was definitely transformative. It was cool. It was something that I didn't expect. And it did put me back for the week. There was so much stuff that I wanted to get done today, yesterday and the day before, and it just was like, oh man! I got up early this morning. I was able to kind of catch up on a lot of that stuff and got some stuff mailed out that I've been meaning to for a while, and so it was nice. But at the same time, it made that saying yes really difficult in that moment because it was like flashing before my eyes, like 2 days of falling behind, like, oh, I can't really, but I was like, yes, yep, all right.
I want to do it.
And so I think if we try to practice that for the next few days, we could have some pretty cool episodes.
I think some interesting things might happen.
Yeah. So we're going to try it. We're going to try being more open to things that are presented, or if somebody asks, hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to do that? Yeah. Like,
it's almost scary.
it is, but I'm not going to do anything illegal. Like, hey, you want to come rob this bank? No, it's going to be focused on positive interactions.
Yeah, like, I don't know what might happen, but I'm going to say yes to it, I guess.
Yeah, if you get a text, somebody wants to hang out, somebody wants to chill, it's like, okay, let's do it. Somebody knocks on the door, you're going to be like, all right, man, yeah, we can hang out. I know you chill for a minute, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, and I'm going to try to carry it through all next week when I'm in Washington. And just say yes.
You might end up in a different state. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm not going to say yes to like moving or anything like that. But it depends. If there was like, hey, you get this house, I'd be like, well, I got to say yes to that. But if somebody were like, hey, come move to Kansas, I'd be like, well, that's not really in line with what I'm
Yeah.
trying to build on, so I'm not going to say yes. So it's more about saying yes to stuff that will validate
help.
or that will supply you in certain areas that, but at the same time, you really have to be open in general because you don't know some of these situations will lead to that.
Because it could be good, but it couldn't be bad. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. You know, hopefully we'll have some funny stories, and maybe there won't be that many opportunities for us over those couple of days, so it won't matter. But
a lot of people don't ask me too much, but
yeah, I know. It's like once you are busy for an extended period of time, people just stop messaging you.
Just really stop. I mean, it's kind of a little depressing, but it is what it is.
You know, they say that the road to the top is lonely, and when you're up there, you know, it's almost just as lonely sometimes. So it's one of those things in life where you have to get comfortable with that isolation.
Yeah.
And some people can't handle it. I know me, it's something that took me a long time to be okay with.
It's hard for me, but it's also like I also thrive in isolation. So I don't know. I want social interaction, of course, like a human being, but I'm also pretty cool with like just being laid back and not talking to many people.
Yeah, it really does kind of give you some clarity in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
It can also lead to like you've fallen down a rabbit hole of, because one thing, if you have the right people around you, they hold you accountable.
Yeah.
And if you have nobody to hold you accountable, you can slip into like this pattern where it's not really healthy or good for you.
Yeah.
And I have noticed that I have to be more self-aware and personally accountable when I'm in like a isolated season in my life, you know, because there isn't that friend to be like, dude, like, have you combed your hair in 5 days? What the fuck? You know, and I'm like, oh shit, like I haven't. But so that's kind of interesting as well. But if you guys haven't seen the movie Yes Man, definitely check it out. He says yes to everything.
Yeah.
Like there is no good, bad, will this be, you know, he says yes to everything. Okay. And it's one of the favorite parts about it is the trainer that like gives him this, I don't know. You just got to watch it. It's so funny. It's one of those movies where you're like, how come I didn't hear about this when it came out?
Yeah.
You know, but there's another movie that I saw recently. I stopped over at somebody's house and they were watching. And I normally don't like sit down and watch movies with other people too much unless it's just like a couple of us. Like I'm never like a group movie watcher or anything like that. But everyone was sitting down watching it, and I ended up sitting down there and watching the whole thing. It was called Strays on Amazon. And it's these stray dogs that it's the most foul, inappropriate movie, but it's like dogs, and it's just so funny. It was hilarious. The jokes, the overall story, the plot. I mean, it was
interesting.
Yeah, it was a solid movie for sure. And I was surprised that I sat there and watched through the whole thing. But yeah, I'm trying to finish up that tea, trying to finish up the packaging for it, getting all that. I have to give them a layout for where I want our information, and they kind of gave me like a basic layout of like where all the ingredient stuff will be and all that. So I'm trying to just finish that up. Still redoing the whole website. That is just taking me a long time. It's just a grind. But I'm working on memberships and recurring ordering so that you'll be able to get the month supply, you know, Go Pack for considerably cheaper than just buying it if you subscribe and get it every month. And I think that's going to be powerful because there's some people who are already talking about like, oh, I take my Go Pack every day. So it's like, if we can offer that subscription model, I think that'll be definitely a good move overall. Sure. And Amazon has that as well. So we should mirror what we have available on Amazon with, you know, and so does Walmart now too. I mean, Walmart's pretty cool. I got to finish setting up that product. I'm done except for like the last little part, but I got to reach back out to our account manager, the one helping me set it all up and see what we can do. Because I set us up for fulfillment through Walmart, so we'll have to like send them out like 250 of them to start, and then up to 500 in the first year or something like that. But so that should be cool. That should be fun.
Yeah, we should be able to handle it, and hopefully we get more traffic because of it.
Yeah. Our website traffic goes up considerably some days, down others, but you know, it definitely ebbs and flows. We're still getting some good traction on some of our social medias. You know, we're close to 500 followers on TikTok.
Right.
We were at 100 and some for a long time. Again, that's only been, you know, 4 months, 5 months max.
Yeah,
so
it's a long time.
So it's kind of cool, and we have a lot of videos, a lot of exposure on there. So as that grows, that'll just get better and better, and once some of our videos get up to high enough views, you'll start to see all of your other ones start to tick up because more and more, people are going through them. But it's going to be a long road. If you guys want to understand our process and really what we're doing with all these episodes, with all the content, I encourage you to research content marketing and really what that is about. It's about putting out content on a regular, consistent basis that lives on the internet forever and discusses fundamental aspects of who you are, what your product is, what you believe in, what you care about, what's going on in the world. And it gives this wide range of material for people to take in and for people to determine, do I connect with this person or not?
Yeah.
Because it's all about that authentic connection.
The more of you personally that is out there, the more someone's going to be able to be like, oh, that's a human being, that's a real person putting out this product, and maybe I'll try it,
Yeah, people love to understand what's going on behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And so that's really what this is about. A lot of our previous episodes, we've got into detail of exactly how we did everything, So if you want to learn more about that, you can definitely go through all of our full episodes on YouTube or the clips,
Yeah, I mean, we're at 70 now, or 71, I guess.
71 what?
Episodes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's 71. I thought you meant like 71,000 views or something.
Oh,
in a
no,
month.
I mean, we're pretty high in the view category at least. So
yeah, we do. YouTube definitely serves up our content to a lot of different users consistently.
I think peak was like 78,000, but that was during like the political stuff and where people were clicking on it a whole lot more than usual,
Yeah, and I think that season is about to heat up again because with the debates coming and this run to the election, I think we're going to have a lot of videos on different topics because there's so much going on in that world right now. And just, I mean, we were talking about Kamala Harris just amongst ourselves, and we normally don't like to get too detailed. We tried to kind of stay high level when we were talking about Biden and Trump and, because we don't want anyone to feel like, oh, these guys hate Biden, so, I'm never going to support their company. I'm never going to support them.
Right.
It's not that I hated Biden. I had some questions there that I still don't have answers to. But when I look at Kamala Harris, I don't know. I know. It's like, who are you?
I mean, we don't know because she doesn't really talk to anybody.
Yeah. We were just talking about the debate, and he was like, it's weird that she's going to be live, like talking live to people.
That's not normal. Like, it's always an edited video or like some like pre-planned garbage,
Yeah. And what does she believe in? And who is our president right now? Like that one still comes to me all the time. Like,
I don't know.
What's going on in the White House?
Might not have one.
Like, he's too mentally deranged to run for president, but he's still president? Like, that's not how that works, I don't think. I think, like, if you can't handle it mentally, like, you can't handle it mentally. Like, done.
Yeah.
So I don't, and apparently with the, Trump even said it in one of his speeches with the presidential records that he had in his garage or whatever. It was ruled that he wasn't mentally competent to take responsibility. That's why his case was dismissed. And it's like, okay, so if the court says he's not who is running the country?
Yeah.
I really don't know. I mean, I saw Biden speak, a few days ago or something like that, and it was not good. It did not seem like he had a clear mental focus in any shape or form. So it's just wild to me.
Once like dementia and all that starts setting in, it's a very quick process to like the end, basically, which is pretty terrible to say, but I mean, it's true.
Yeah. And the fact that I think we're there, and most of America thinks we're there, or that, that Joe Biden's there already, and he's still president sworn in, is just weird. That's just weird to me. I don't understand that aspect of it. Maybe it'll bring younger politicians to the forefront. I don't know why the only people who seem to run seem to be a lot older. Maybe it's just I don't know.
I don't know what it is really, but maybe it's just they feel they're more experienced, or maybe young people aren't as, I don't know, after it, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, we had Vivek Ramaswamy. I still wish he would have gone farther. That guy was cool.
I don't know who that is.
He's just like a genius when it comes to the Constitution, when it comes to how our government actually works and or supposed to work and shift. But I'm just excited. I hope either way, I don't care who wins. I hope Elon Musk somehow gets in charge of doing an audit of the government and telling whether or not, certain departments or certain things should be kept or removed, because I feel like he'd be one of the best guys to do it regardless. And it doesn't really matter who wins. If he could still get into that spot, that'd be powerful.
That would be good. I mean, well, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. But.
We need to make our government smaller, for sure, I think. But
yeah, I mean, it is quite large.
Yeah. We don't even know what's happening with most of our money. I mean, almost all of our money. We can't even account for our tax dollars, where they're going, what's being used. It's just weird.
I pay taxes on this shit, and it goes somewhere.
Somebody's getting it and doing something.
I don't know. Nothing good, really.
Right. I know they're always spending so much money, going well over. Like, I wish I could get a government contract.
Yeah.
Just guaranteed money and extremely high rate. But there's cliques of people and companies who work with these people, and that's why. That's one of the biggest things is when you're trying to take on any political conglomerate or machine that has like kind of taken power. You're fighting the people and the misinformation that's going out to the media, but you're also fighting billions of dollars of motivation that people are making and profiting from. So it's like, I don't know, to me, it's almost impossible to stop a political regime once they've risen to a certain power.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. Once you have enough money, once you have enough people, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, it's kind of game over. Especially, I think some of these political parties have such deep connections in our intelligence agencies and different branches of law enforcement in our government that they're almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to kind of make a couple episodes here for you guys, just kind of talk about a few things that are coming up. We got a bunch of new episodes that we're working on for you guys. We have like a month planned out. We're going to go through all those topics, and it's really going to take you through a journey of how to do what we're doing. And just to be fair and honest, we're not always doing what we're supposed to be doing.
It's true.
That's why we're doing these episodes, because we need it too.
Yep.
See you guys.
We'll see you.